Good afternoon, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and a very warm welcome to the J. Davidson Stadium here in Altrincham for this Vanarama National League North playoff eliminator between Altrincham and, of course, Chester. My name is Phil Turner. I will be talking through the first 45 minutes of action here at the J. Davidson Stadium, and joining me is Brian Flynn from Altrincham. A very good afternoon, Brian. Very good afternoon, Phil, and it's an absolutely beautiful day. Perfect conditions for football, but I'm sure we're in for a nervous couple of hours. We certainly are, and as the team news appears on screen, Brian, if you'd like to go through the Altrincham starting 11, please. The Altrincham line-up with Tony Thompson at number 1, 2 is Andy White, 3 Connor Hampson, 4 is Toby Malarkey, 5 Tom Hannigan, 6 is Jake Moult, 7 Dan Mooney, 8 is Josh Lundstrom, 9 Jordan Hume, 10 Josh Hancock, and 11 Elliot Durrell. Subs for the Robins this afternoon: Craig Marn at 12, Max Harrop is 14, 15 Tom Pearce, 16 Simon Richmond, 17 James Hooper, and 20 the sub-goalkeeper Elliot Wynne. Altrincham will line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation with White and Hampson the fullbacks, Hannigan and Malarkey centre-backs, Moult and Lundstrom the holding midfielders, and then we've got Mooney on the right, Durrell on the left, and Hancock playing behind Jordan Hume. The two teams have just entered the fray, and we're all set. And then the starting 11 for the Blues for the first time in a playoff fixture since the club reformed in 2010. Anthony Johnson and Bernard Morley have gone with this as their starting 11. In goal, number 1 Louis Gray, 2 Kevin Roberts at right back, 3 Joel Taylor at left back, 5 Danny Livesey, and 6 Simon Grant, the 2 centre halves. It's going to be 4 Scott Burton along with number 8 George Glendon in the middle of the park, with Brad Jackson, number 7, on the right hand side, and John Johnston, former Alty man, number 11 on the left, with George Waring and Danny Elliott wearing 9 and 10 respectively up top for the Blues. Substitutes for Chester this afternoon: 12 Jamie Morgan, 14 Matty Waters, 15 Gary Stockforth, 16 Matty Hughes, 17 Anthony Dudley, and 13 on his return to Chester Football Club is John Worsnop. We have the referee this afternoon is Mr. David McNamara. He will be assisted by Mr. Dave McCarrick and Mr. Jamie O'Connor as the players do take to the knee. And we are underway with Chester kicking from left to right as we look at the action. And Chester in all blue this afternoon, with Altrincham in their red and white striped shirts, black shorts and red socks. It's certainly within range. It's doable for Hancock here. He's got a good strike record this season, 14 goals already. It looks like it would suit Dan Mooney the better. It's just to the right of centre of goal. And it's Hancock that hits it, and it's Louis Gray to just parry that ball onto the crossbar, and it goes behind for a corner kick. And it was, I think everybody was probably expecting Dan Mooney to take that one, but it was well watched and well pushed onto the crossbar by Louis Gray. Superb execution from Josh Hancock, and you've got to give credit to Gray. That's a terrific save. And now across to White on the far side, up the touchline to Dan Mooney. He's played the ball straight in field to Danny Elliott. He will turn, run towards the Altrincham goal. He will shoot from distance, but it's a tame effort from Danny Elliott straight at Tony Thompson. And the first opportunity for the Blues this afternoon is just it. Well, as I say, it's a tame effort from Danny Elliott straight down the throat to Tony Thompson. Holder, he holds very nearly 240 appearances for the Blues with 18 goals. And Tom Pearce as well, a product of Callum McIntyre's youth academy. On the bench for Altrincham this afternoon, but it's Joel Taylor now racing down that far touchline for Chester, takes it towards the dead ball line, gets the ball in towards Danny Elliott, straight at Tony Thompson, who spills it, but he claims it at the second attempt, and probably the best opportunity of the game for either side. Great opportunity there. Joel Taylor's a terrific player, former Kidderminster man, had a terrific game for Kidderminster against Altrincham the season before last, and that was a really good delivery. He's got down towards the byline, lovely delivery, and Elliott was in acres of space and he got a decent header on it. Good save by Tony Thompson. Unfortunately, he was able to, from his point of view, he was able to hold on to it, but that is a really good opportunity for Chester. Nothing really opening up for him. Jordan Hume will attempt to drop deep, but it goes out to Hampson, who then plays the ball forward towards Jordan Hume.
who's been penalised for a foul on Simon Grand, who wants to still have his lockdown haircut. The ball's back with Louis Gray now. Glendon drops deep, pushes it out to Simon Grand, and a mistake by Simon Grand, but Louis Gray comes rushing out and does well to make himself big for the Blues there, and gets a touch on the shot and deflects it behind for the first corner of the afternoon. And it's going to be a free header up towards Elliot Durrell. Flicks the ball on towards Jordan Hume. He will bring the ball out into the left channel. He's docked one player for support in the shape of Lundstrom, but Hume decides to go alone, then loses possession. Now Brad Jackson looks to bring the ball away for Chester, but it's won back by Hampson. Now Lundstrom pushes the ball forward towards Hancock. Hancock gets a shot on goal, and it goes right through Louis Gray, and Altrincham take the lead here at the J. Davison Stadium just after 33 minutes, and it's Altrincham 1, Chester 0.
Well, I've just been bigging up the quality of Louis Gray, but he's let his side down there. It was a decent strike by Josh Hancock, but it was very, very saleable. It's gone underneath the man on loan. The loanee, and he really should have done better there, but perhaps he's just lost a bit of concentration. Josh Hancock, 15th goal of the season. He'll always have a pot, but let's pay some tribute also to the part that Connor Hampson and Josh Lundstrom played in that goal. And Altrincham take the lead, and on balance they've certainly been the better side, but it's still a very tight game.
Nobody dropping short, so it will definitely be a long throw into the danger area. In towards Danny Livesey, it's flicked in by Altrincham, and it's a header towards goal from Simon Grand, and it's pushed over the crossbar by Tony Thompson, and it's a great stop, a very alert stop from the former Blues stopper, and it's going to be, I think, the first Chester corner of the afternoon.
Danger there, good routine, pretty direct, headed on, and there was Simon Grand, and Tony Thompson had to be at his agile best just to tip that over the bar coming forward, but Altrincham always a threat as well. So Chester get us away for the start of the second half. Ball's launched long, wearing heads it, and Andy White, who didn't see too much of the action in the first half, rifles the ball against his former colleague John Johnston, and out for a goal kick.
Has gone for the first time, whereas I think he should have and could have taken a touch and then picked out a blue shirt.
Long throw comes in from Taylor, up goes Malarkey, good header by Malarkey to Durrell. Durrell knocks the ball to Hampson. Hampson launches one forward. It's comfortably headed back in by Scott Burton, and now here's Jordan Hume. Nice little turn by Hume, and he's knocked the ball into Mooney. Mooney's got a chance here. Can he make it 2-0?
Superb.
It's a penalty. I've got to say, that looks really soft.
That's a disgraceful decision, referee. That is absolutely stupendous defending from John Johnston.
And it's a red card for John Johnston. It's a red card for John Johnston. It was a clumsy challenge, but I've got to say, I thought, damn it, he should have buried that. But it's a penalty to Altrincham, and you'd have to say, after such a bright start by Chester, that was the last thing we were expecting in the early stages. But 52 minutes gone here at the J. Davidson Stadium. Drama. John Johnston returning to the ground that he's graced for 2.5 seasons for Altrincham. A real hero here, and he's seen red, and that is, I've got to say, I think that's very, very bad luck for Chester. But if once the referee decides it's a penalty, there's only really one outcome, but it looked very soft to me.
Surely the double jeopardy rule's got to come into play there as well. He's given the penalty, and that is punishment enough, because that was not a penalty. That is, he's come round the side of Dan Mooney, and he's side-footed the ball away from him. He's not made contact with the man, and that's a really, really poor decision, and this could be horrendous punishment for the Blues.
Here comes Durrell, and he's slotted it. He's waited for Gray to go one way. He sent it the other way. Durrell double their lead, and Elliot Durrell has scored his 5th goal in 5 Altrincham appearances. A goal in every game he's played for the Robins since joining from York City back in February. And he just waited for Gray to go one way and calmly slotted it the other way. So after 53 minutes here, it's Altrincham 2, Chester 0. So Louis Gray takes the free kick there. Molt is up, good header. Glendon recycles it. Chester need a goal and need a goal quickly. Mooney's got a bit of space here to exploit it in the centre circle. Tries to find Hume. Hume made a good run, and here's Durrell again. He's clear. Can he get a shot in? He can. There it is. It's the third goal. Elliot Durrell has made it 3-0 to Altrincham, and we have played 59 minutes here at the J. Lewis Stadium. Dan Mooney set it up. There was a good run by Jordan Hume to the right, and Durrell was there on the left-hand side. It was into his path there. Wasn't the strongest finish, but he's placed it very, very well, and I don't think there was really too much that Louis Gray could have done that. So that's 2 goals for Durrell, 6 goals in 5 games for Altrincham. Quite remarkable.
To date, it's been some poor decision making defensively from the Blues. The first goal was certainly a goalkeeping error. The second one was a horrendous refereeing error.
Oh, here's a chance, and Dudley's. This is a really good opportunity. It's a goal. It's a goal for Chester. The ball's knocked in by Glendon, and Dudley capitalised on some sloppy play there. He's pulled the ball back, and there was George Glendon, who side-footed it into the far corner, and all of a sudden Chester down to 10 men, 3-0 down, but they have a lifeline. It's Altrincham 3, Chester 1.
Vital, absolutely vital that the Blues got the next goal in this game, and that goal was just full of desire. The desire from Anthony Dudley to take that ball into the penalty area and get the ball across goal, to find a teammate, and for George Glendon to bust a gut, to get into that position, to get ahead of his defender and just calmly slot that ball beyond Tony Thompson. That's a great goal from the Blues' point of view, but there is still a huge amount of work to do for the Blues in the remaining 27 minutes or so. It's the first opportunity they've had from this sort of position, and we both know that George Glendon is a very good technician of the football, and Matty Waters is also very good from set pieces.
So here we go, it's Glendon and Waters. Looks like it's going to be Waters. Waters takes it, and it's a really good effort into the side netting. And Tony Thompson, if that had been a yard to the right, I don't think Thompson would have had an earthly. It would have been right between, right in the top corner. Well struck effort from Waters, probably his first touch of the game.
The last 5 to 10 minutes, very interesting.
Well, certainly that goal has changed things, because this game has been completely different since George Glendon made it 3-1 with that goal after 63 minutes. Wouldn't back against or bet any money against Altrincham scoring again on the break, but territorially Chester have had the better of things in the last 10 or 15 minutes. That's a nice little clever turn by Josh Hancock. Referee doesn't see a foul there. Ball's played forward to Matty Hughes. Ball sprayed out now. Here's Matty Waters. It's a good cross, and it's a chance. It's a goal.
Get in, Matty Waters!
It's the second goal. Matty Hughes with a header, and it's Altrincham 3, Chester 2 after 79 minutes. And that was a really good move. Ball's played out to Waters. Lovely cross by Waters. And there was the sub, the 2 subs combining. Hughes with a header, Tony Thompson, no chance.
That ball in from Matty Waters is probably the cross of the season. It was absolutely beautiful. It was pinpoint, and it was straight onto the head of Matty Hughes, who had to do nothing. He just had to let that ball hit his head, and that was always, in a month of Sundays, going past Tony Thompson. And these last 10 minutes now are going to be very, very interesting. The Blues with the ascendancy here.
2.5 minutes of added time gone, 4.5 to go. Toby Malarkey just hesitated a second there. Here's Waters. Can he produce another cross? It's a decent one. Up goes Morgan. And there's certainly something happened there, but not too much of a protest from Morgan. But there were certainly some protests from 1 or 2 vocal people supporting Chester around the ground.
There was probably, without having seen a replay, there was probably slightly more in that one than there was in the John Johnston. Because Jamie Morgan is in the air there, and there's clearly arms out from the Altrincham man.
Yeah, it was an ungainly sort of challenge.
Anthony Johnson in trouble here.
So we've got a red card for Mr. Anthony Johnson here. So interesting to see, interesting to hear what he's said, but I don't think it's broadcastable.
Knowing Anthony Johnson, it's definitely not broadcastable, even after 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he got sent off. Was it the game against Kings Lynn, wasn't it? He got sent off. Yeah. That ended in triumph. So Max Harrop free. We're over the 7 minutes.
Another
it's just
look at
what the official time is on. It's a good header there by Tom Hannigan.
Bit of a mix-up, lack of communication there from the Altrincham defence.
Jackson swings one in. It's a great header by Hannigan. Launches it bravely.
That's the
knocks
match winner.
The ball out. It's a really good header. There was a bit of confusion there, you're right. But Chester are still in possession. 7.5 minutes we have played of added time. It's a free kick to Chester. This referee showing no real signs of blowing his whistle. Altrincham 3, Chester 2. Absolute death of the game here. Real dying embers. And Chester have a free kick. And everybody for Chester is forward.
Last chance saloon for the Blues.
In there.
Come on, Matty Waters.
Is going to
beautiful delivery.
Waters is going to take it left-footed. In it comes. It's a dangerous one. And Thompson. That is it. We are finished. Tony Thompson ticks it out. Altrincham have scraped through into the Panorama National League North semi-final playoffs. They'll take on York City at Bootham Crescent next Saturday afternoon. But that was a really brave effort from Chester, and unfortunately you've got your blue hat on, and I'm afraid it's been a blue day.
The first thing that's got to be said is as a Chester fan, and any Chester fan that is watching this and that watched this group of players over the last 12 to 18 months, no one can be anything but proud of these players. They have given absolutely everything. Call me bitter if you like, but there's two refereeing decisions this afternoon that have turned this game on its head. The initial one to award the penalty when John Johnston has clearly come from the side of the man. He's come from behind the man, but when he's made the challenge, he's actually come from the side and he's cleared the ball away. Then the second decision was to then send John Johnston off the field of play. For the second 45 minutes, you'd probably say easily that the Blues have had about 75% of the possession, and they have been by far the better team in the second 45, and it's absolutely gutting and it's really disappointing that the Blues haven't been able to take this game to penalties. But as I say, as a Chester fan, I could not be any prouder of this bunch of players and this management team.